Coming coming out of Washington, D.C., the White House's attempts to message its way out of the coronavirus crisis with a ramped-up public safety campaign this month have run into a pair of internal roadblocks: a lack of dramatic, concrete policy actions to match the communications push, and a fake president who often struggles to follow the same talking point playbook as his team. The administration has made a concerted local media push with more than 200 interviews and current and emerging hotspots urging Americans to wear masks and avoid large gatherings, said a senior administration official. Behind the scenes, Dr. Deborah Birx has been pushing state and local governments to issue mask-wearing mandates, and closed bars and a small task force has been formed inside the White House primarily focused on public messaging, this official said. But there is currently no talk of a nationwide mask mandate. A call to resume shelter. A call to resume shelter and place orders or a retreat on Trump's push for schools to reopen moves many health experts have called for. The official said the administration the administration's messaging efforts often continue to undercut to be undercut by Trump and his allies. The fake president's tone on masks shifted somewhat this month at the urging of advisors as he began advocating their use, even donning one himself in public and urging social distancing during a trip to the hard-hit state of Florida on Friday. But he has also been seen repeatedly without one in recent weeks, promoting a video this week of a controversial doctor who incorrectly claimed that masks and other social distancing measures weren't necessary because there was a cure for the virus, which we know there isn't right now. Hours before Trump shared the video on Monday night, Deborah Birx, who's the head of the White House's coronavirus task force, was in Tennessee, urging the state to mandate masks and close bars and limit indoor dining. But Birx also made a plea for Trump supporters to wear the mask too. I hope if they're a Donald Trump nut-licking supporter and live in rural Tennessee, then they heard him say masks are important. I hope they're listening to that, which they're not. Birx said, "Wearing masks is the power that we have in our hands to combat the spread." She added, "At least one governor and a Trump nut-licker was unmoved." Tennessee Governor Bill Lee said he wouldn't be closing bars or mandating masks statewide, despite Birx's calls to do so. The Trump ally, Representative Louis Gohmert, who's a Republican from Texas who tested positive for the coronavirus Wednesday just before traveling with Trump on Air Force One, he suggested he may have gotten infected by wearing a mask. That's because he's a fucking retard. During Tuesday's weekly conference call with the nation's governors this week, Birx again emphasized the importance of a mask mandate in helping stem the spread of the coronavirus, according to a source on the call. But Birx had also spoken to mayors and cities on the verge of becoming the next pandemic hotspot, urging them to put mask mandates in place if their state isn't issuing an order. The top Trump aides, like senior advisors Jared Dumbass Kushner, Chief of Staff Dumbass Meadows, and campaign manager Bill Stepien, have urged the fake president to echo the public health messaging coming from his doctors, said the official. Senior advisor Smellian Khanjab said earlier this month that she believes that Trump's declining poll numbers are related to his absence from the response, which it wasn't, which has drawn low marks in recent surveys and pushed for him to resume regular coronavirus briefings, which have been shorter and generally more scripted than in the past. Still not helping him. There is an understanding within the White House that we have gotten to get our arms around this, given the 90-day stretch we are heading into, said the official, referring to the election home stretch, adding that we weren't expected to see this kind of spike at this time. But infighting in the White House continues to spill into the public. After the Trump trade advisor Peter Navarro made a pitch on Fox News Wednesday for the anti-malaria drug hydroxychloroquine, the administration's leading infectious disease expert Anthony Fauci said that studies of the drug have shown consistency that it is not effective in treating the disease caused by the coronavirus. Among 13 different states identified by the White House as hotspots, with more than 10% of tests coming back positive, officials are seeing another 14 at a risk of becoming the next Florida or Arizona, according to an internal report first reported by the New York Times. Those states with positivity rates of 5 to 10% include a number of battleground states such as Ohio, North Carolina, and Wisconsin. At a hearing Friday with the administration's top health officials, Representative James Clyburn, who's a Democrat from South Carolina, said that the report highlighted the disconnect there seem to be between what the White House is saying publicly and what they're sending out to the states privately. The separate White House task force focused on public messaging, which is chaired by Birx, and it meets for 30 minutes each day. It includes the dumbass Kushner, the fake vice president dumbass Pence, and the chief of staff Mark Short and staffers from the communications office. But after coming under fire for his retweet of a video that was eventually banned from major social media platforms such as Twitter, the fake president himself spent part of the week decidedly off-message praising the doctor who stared into the clip and highlighting the scale of the White House's communications challenge heading into the campaign homestretch. He says, I can tell you, Liz, she was on air along with many other doctors, he told reporters Tuesday. They were big fans of hydroxychloroquine, and I thought she was very impressive. No, she was a fucking moron and a dumb cunt who was considered a quack. So if she's going on touting shit about alien DNA, then she's not really what they call all there. So if you like the video, give the video a like and subscribe to my channel, Ryan Van Wyk, and also hit the notification bell so that you'll be notified when a new video comes out, and thanks for listening.